If, the brand new film directed by Jonathan Sinsley, and it is very different than his last two films, which of course were the Quiet Place films, which were very heavily inside the horror genre, where this one is a family drama. And it kind of set its goals. Like when the trailers came out and the marketing came out, I was going to cover it. I was going to talk about it. Um, but I was going to sit here and talk about it and give my thoughts on it for you guys. But I knew what kind of a film it was going to be. Like I thought it would just be this cute, solid movie that might have a bit of a message for the kids out there to say, when you're adult, don't lose your childhood self, which is kind of what the movie says to be. Don't be a grumpy old man. Don't be an old man yelling at clouds. Don't be that. No one loves a head of the ass, head of the ass, super serious adult. No one likes that. uh, which is kind of true. It's like, geez, take the stick at you, dear sir. But when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, yeah, it has a big cast, but that was the goal. And after seeing the movie, that was the goal, and it achieved that goal. It's cute, it's solid, it's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It is a drama. It is heavily a drama that is aimed for families, and maybe a little bit too like. Naturally, it being a family film, you're going to have people bringing their kids in, right, and with different ages, and 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 some parents brought their 6 year olds, 6, 7, 8 year olds. You could tell they were having a hard time with the film. You could tell the attention spans were not grabbing their attention because, grabbing their attention. This film is more aimed for like 10, 11, 12, where you kind of, like, you want to watch, you know, kids' films, let's generalize it, kids' films, but you want a little bit edge to it, right? Or you want a little bit more depth towards it. You want more meat on the bone. That's kind of what this film is. Um, because I was even like flicking through in my head like other like family dramas. Like I'm thinking like Bridgerton Biffia, but that has like the spectacle. There's a lot of spectacle there. There's a whimsy of that could, even though it ends with a child dying, at the end of the movie, there's still a level of like spectacle, wonder, and awe, and all that. This is basically just, the spectacle is imaginary friends, and that's kind of it. I mean, the whole movie is about B, who is our main character, who is very guarded. She's very guarded. She's 12 years old, and she's always like, "I'm an adult now. I am an adult." And her dad, who's actually oddly enough is played by John Krasinski, is basically saying, "Yeah, my kid. Yeah, you're a adult. Hey, do you a favor. Why you be a kid? Why you be a kid? You know what I mean?" But the reason that is because, and this is like happens in the first 5 minutes of the movie, her mum dies, and now X amount of time later, um, her dad is in the hospital, and so you got all of these situations where she's very guarded and trying to be like mature and able to hold it up, but then out through the movie, she starts seeing these ifs, these imaginary friends, um, and she realizes like these people need these ifs needs a home. They need to have these new, you know, these they need new kids to play with. They need new kids to be friends with. Um, and so the whole movie is her trying to find a good place for these imaginary friends, along with a help with a little bit of help from Ryan Reynolds' character Carl, and meanwhile that's happening, B kind of becomes more and more of a child and insert her childhood self while also being like as an adult and all that, and that's essentially the movie. And it hits its points, hits its message. There's some heartfelt moments. There's some really well done directing scenes that make you get a little bit weepy nearly at the end. But I'm like, hey, it's set its goal. It does its job. It's nothing really. It's nothing that super spectacular to say. Oh, it's fine. or yeah, this is awesome, or oh, sucks. No, it's just like yeah, okay, it's something solid. Solid is a I wouldn't be shocked. This is a movie that I wouldn't recommend to watch to the theaters to. Probably wait till it hits Netflix. What is it? It's Paramount, so maybe Paramount Plus. If Paramount Plus is still around with the whole Sony thing, um, but honestly, I think it does job, and that's what it does. And for I was watching it, I was like, yeah, it's like it's a family film. Once again, I would recommend something like, maybe the age is around 10, 11, 12, maybe, versus, maybe around 6 or 5, because, you know, attention spans and those type of things. So, anyway, comment below if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts.